Greetings from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. High school football is on the air once again on a beautiful Friday night here in Northeast Wisconsin on the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream games of the week. Yes, we got another doubleheader that we are bringing to you here this afternoon and this evening here on the website. I am Joey D, joined alongside by my broadcast partner, Coach John Dinsey. How you doing, Mr. Dinsey, here this evening?
Doing good.
Good. Good to have you back on board here. Let's talk about our first contest here. It is the Neenah Rockets and the Oshkosh West Wildcats here in Oshkosh. As you can see there on your screen, both teams coming in at 2-2 overall and 2-2 in conference play. We will talk about this one when we come back right after this.
Make fenced-in yard happen. Make two-story in town happen. Or ranch in the country happen. Definitely make two bathrooms happen. With Fox, make we can afford that one happen. When it's time to decide on your dream home, Fox helps you make life happen. Visit one of 22 Fox locations or apply online today so you can make this is the one happen.
Fox Communities.
A century is made up of minutes, but more importantly, of moments. Moments of hard work, dedication, challenges, and triumphs. From Myron Construction, the past 100 years were built by the steady hands of tradespeople who laid a strong foundation, and continues to thrive because of our passionate team members. As we close this significant chapter of our history, our sights are set on what we will accomplish together in the years to come, because together we'll continue building excellence.
When you're looking for a cutting-edge local company to produce your creative screen-printed or embroidered apparel for your business or team, Creative Imprint in Neenah is that company. Their experienced staff can bring all your ideas to life. They make you part of the experience with their online designing tool that allows customers to design their own t-shirts. That's how they make you part of the experience. Design your t-shirt and place your order online at creativeimprintapparel.com. Experience the difference.
I'm Tom Julian from the Julian Strategic Alliance Group. I'm inviting you to have my team help you develop your personal, estate, and business planning goals. Let us put together comprehensive financial strategies for your success in every season of your life. Contact us today to get started. We're right on the CE Trail in Kimberly. We can help you establish retirement income goals, work with you on your asset protection allocation, and guide you on future income growth strategies. I'd like to meet with you to begin the conversation. Call us. Let's get started.
The projects we construct afford us the opportunity to help those in need in more ways than one. And the momentum we create as a team allows us to make an impact greater than any one of us can achieve on our own. We are part of the community. We are where we live. We are Myron Construction.
We bring it back here to Titan Stadium in Oshkosh on the lovely campus of UW-Oshkosh. It is high school football here tonight between the Neenah Rockets and the Oshkosh West Wildcats. Let's bring back in my broadcast partner and Coach Dinsey. What are you expecting here tonight?
Well, I think, Joey, we have two teams that are 2-2. Middle of the road within their conference, right? They're trailing Hortonville, Fond du Lac, teams we expected to be at the top of the conference. So really what I'm looking for is one of these two teams to separate themselves. I mean, for West, really a 2-2 team probably should be 3-1, had a chance to beat DC Everest on the road. Neenah played a close game last week against Appleton North. I think they feel they left one there as well. So again, today's about separation. And similar teams, strengths are going to be their athletes. It's going to be their players out on the edges, getting the ball to their playmakers. Whoever can do that the best is going to win this game.
We take a look at the West schedule. They're opened up with the 2 losses. Pretty close, though. We were here for that Kimberly game. And then for Neenah, it's just been up and down. It's been like a yo-yo, win, loss, win, loss. So you would think tonight maybe back on the winning edge.
Yeah, and I think for Coach Young, for Neenah, I mean, the games in the first 4 they were supposed to win, they won both of them. And I think the East game and the Appleton North game, those are games that they expected to play better and to come out on top and to really be in a position where they're with Hortonville and Fond du Lac right now. Instead, those are games they probably feel they left out there. So, again, Neenah is a young team. They graduated a lot of really good players. So for them, it's about, again, separation from the middle today. Can they separate from West, and the other teams that are in the middle of the road?
Well, thank all of our fine sponsors, Fox Communities Credit Union, Myron Construction, Creative Imprint, and Julian Strategic Alliance Group. And we are ready for kickoff here as Oshkosh West will get the football first and start out with pretty good field position here.
Yeah, Joey, that's honestly a big storyline in today's game. I mean, Jack Van Dyke, the kicker for Neenah, is injured, not going to play tonight. Arguably the best kicker in the state, Division I recruit. Don't know where he's going to go yet. Most likely a walk-on at Wisconsin. And you see a squib kick to start the game, and West gets great field position because Jack isn't playing tonight.
And there you see the offense for Oshkosh West. Quarterback Ryan Schleiss will lead them on this first drive, starting on the 39-yard line, just underway here tonight in Oshkosh. Glad that you could be along with us. And a fumble right off the bat. Ball is loose. Neenah says they have it. And so much for good field position on a squib kick. Now you talk about good field position on a first possession. Neenah has it at the Oshkosh West 38-yard line.
I mean, for Coach Levine, you look at that and you just say, you work all week to prep, to create a game plan, and on the first play, you end up fumbling. I mean, obviously not ideal. Neenah gets in a position now where they're at the 38-yard line and a chance to take an early lead off the turnover.
And they will start on that 38-yard line for the Neenah offense, led by quarterback Peyton McClowry, 6'2" and 170 pounds, and a junior. Dropping back to pass. Had a man open. That was Dylan Stockman on the far sideline. Just did overthrow him. If he catches that, that might be a first down and then some.
Yeah, really interesting play design there. We would call that, when I coached at Oshkosh, we call that play choice. So there's a swing route, really a screen to the running back to the right side, or the quarterback can just take the quick out to the left side. So really two options for the quarterback. Good throw, just didn't catch it.
Second down and 10 on the 38-yard line. After the turnover, can they do anything with it? That one is caught. It looked like almost the exact same
play, Joey.
It really was. This time Stockman does catch it. A little better coverage by West, but they complete it for a decent gain. Now it's third down and short.
Yeah, I mean, if that play is choice, I don't know if he chose the right one. As Bryce Hinn ran right underneath number one, really had a chance to knock the ball down, but good throw, better catch than the defense.
They call it third down and 3 on the 31-yard line. And the toss. And that is Colin McClowry with the carry, and he's going to have a first down for Neenah.
And a lot of what Coach Young talked about before the game was getting the ball to his athletes out in space. And Colin McClowry is going to play a big role in today's game, especially with the injury early season to Caden Fritsch, their planned starter at running back. So if they can get it out in space like that with the amount of blockers he has out in front, it's a win for Neenah, and it's exactly what their design of their game plan was.
First and 10, it is on the 23-yard line. Hand it off, going straight up the middle once again.
Yeah, good play. More of a power look. Basically giving a motioning fullback basically becomes the lead blocker for them on an inside zone look. So running an inside zone, but with that lead blocker, they just outnumber West and really run for about 5 yards on first down. It's a great plays to kick off your drive. Put yourself in second in, I don't know what to play defense. That's basically how I would look at it.
5-yard carry on the play, so it's second down and 5 now on the 18-yard line in the red zone for the first time by either team. Dropping back to pass, one-on-one in the end zone. He's got him! Touchdown, an 18-yard touchdown strike from Peyton McClowry to Dylan Stockman, and Neenah is on the board first.
Joey, I mean, DJ Stockman was the first player that Coach Young mentioned to us when we were on the field today. Getting the ball in his hands, they felt he could win those one-on-one matchups. And truthfully, that's just a great adjustment to a ball that's underthrown after Stockman ran by the corner to start the play.
And so, with 10:20 left to play here in this first quarter, that kick is up and it is good. Your new score, Neenah taking the turnover and turning it into points. 7-0 Neenah. We'll be back with more of the Fox Communities Credit Union Game of the Week right after this. Back here in Oshkosh, an early 7-0 lead for the Rockets, and Oshkosh West will come back out there on offense. But, Coach, nothing better than turning turnover into points, right?
Absolutely. I mean, every defense is obviously trying to contain the offense, but the ability to force turnovers, that sudden change, not only benefits the team overall, but it's a momentum change. And short field, 38 yards, 5 plays later, offense capitalizes and puts Neenah up 7-0.
West back out on offense. Trying to go up the middle, stuffed by that big defensive line.
Yeah, defense does a great job of getting initial penetration on that zone, and really the play goes nowhere. But I give West credit because they go right back to snap, handoff, the same 2 players that were in on the fumble. They go right back to them and give them a shot to redeem themselves. So I think now, Coach, players are calmed down. Now you call plays, try to get that 7 points back.
Let's get in that shotgun formation. Quick pass, but threw it way underneath the intended receiver, Nate Carlin. Schleiss probably had a little bit more time to let that play develop, but threw it right at his feet.
Yeah, Neenah, Coach Young said on the sideline, he really expected this defense to look different this year than it did last year. I mean, they graduated a lot from that senior class. They were a big group. They were a strong group, and they have to play differently. And one of the big differences you'll see is you're going to see Sam Young in the middle of the defense as basically a bonus safety, right? So you're seeing right now a 4-2 look, but 3 high safeties against 3rd and long.
Making something out of nothing. A catch here on the near sideline. First down and then some for Riley Taylor, their main guy here on offense. Talking with Coach before the game. Expect a lot out of Taylor again here tonight, and he brings it all the way out to about the 45-yard line. Record on the 46, 1st and 10 West on their biggest play of the game so far.
Yeah, you can see deeper routes being ran, really occupied those safeties, and the underneath players, the overhangs, really just lose sight of Taylor out of the backfield. As Schleiss really didn't scramble a ton, but bought enough time to get Taylor that ball.
1st and 10 on the 46, 9:25 left to play here in this first quarter.
Almost another fumble.
Yeah, wrapped up Taylor right away by that big defensive line. Did get about a yard or so, so it'll be 2nd down and 9.
You can really see how West has evolved over the years offensively. I mean, that look right there, they're basically in a 20 personnel, so they're playing 2 backs and running fullback, tailback lead. I mean, almost like ISO out of shotgun. And as the game goes on, especially a warm day like today, you have to expect the West, right, the tempo to start to come back pretty quick. Start to play fast once they hit big plays.
2nd and 9 on the 47, losing it behind the line of scrimmage. And regaining control of it was Schleiss, but still down he goes for a sack, but he's lucky that that was not the second fumble of the game.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I give a lot of credit to Neenah defensively with how they're lining up. So normally a 3-4 team, they're really playing with 3 down linemen, 2 inside backers, so a 5-man box. One of the overhang plays down to the field, the strong side, so traditionally where you'd run the ball. But that extra overhang really doesn't exist. He's playing safety right now. So 3 high safeties against this offense. They're trying to keep all the big plays from being negated and force West to beat them underneath.
Deep pass down the near side, and it is caught. What a catch by by Noah Alford. And West, their biggest play again here, and they are on the drive. They are now into Neenah territory at the 26-yard line.
Listen, Joey, coaches can draw up plays all they want. You know, you can play a corner and have a safety double team them, but players make plays, and truthfully, that's just a better play than the defense that was called. Noah Alford goes up and rebounds that ball right off the top of the rim.
So 1st and 10 on the 26. It's 7:30 and counting.
Yeah, Coach Levine told us, you know, prior to the game that their ability to run the ball would be paramount tonight. They really felt that if they lined up, and you can see Bryce Hinn playing the fullback right now, if they could line up and they could move the ball in the run game, that they'd have a lot of success offensively. That was a well-played, well-designed play, but Neenah beat the blocks and ultimately stuffed it for a one-game loss, or one-yard loss.
Up to the 26-yard line. Second down and 10 to go there.
That same look, that 2-back look, 3 receivers, speed option.
Schleiss with the toss out to Taylor. Cuts it up the middle on the right hash for a gain of about 6 on that one. So they are into the red zone for the first time tonight, and a big 3rd down coming for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and that just plays to the strengths of Oshkosh West. You know, you're playing in that heavy-looking shotgun, and you pitch it out to Taylor, who is just quick as a whistle. I mean, he can just play in space really well with Bryce Hinn lead blocking for him. So you can see that leads to a 7-yard gain.
3rd and 4 on the 19-yard line. Fighting his way across the 15 down to the 14-yard line, and they're going to move the chains.
Yeah, great commitment by Coach Levine, sticking with the run. They're still in that 2-back look. They played both receivers into the boundary and put the heavy formation to that side and basically ran almost like a weak side ISO to the field. And Neenah really over commits to the strong side, which gives West the advantage on the numbers. And you see basically a 4 or 5 yard gain, 1st down. Now West driving within the 20.
Down by a touchdown after turning it over their first possession. We'll toss out to Carlin. Diving down inside the 10.
Yeah, again, just quick hitter. Get the ball to one of your best athletes out of an open set, really 2x2 wide receivers. And you saw Bryce Hinn leave the backfield there again and sprint out and lead block for that slot receiver. I mean, you see him on defense, you see him on offense. Just a player that is going to play a big role in every one of West's games. One of their best players.
Clock ticking near 5 minutes left to play here in this first quarter. West on the drive right there on the 10-yard line. They can still get that 1st down. They get down to the 4. And the give this time to Bryce Hinn. A 6'4", 196-pound senior. Carries it to about the 6-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and short.
Yeah, interesting look. That's the same formation, the 2-back I form out of shotgun, 3 wide receivers. They ran the ball to the Twins again, but this time more of a heavy set in the backfield. So number 9, Roman Martell comes in, plays the fullback. Hid moves to the tailback. You know, that's going to be their goal line package, is my guess. Hinn back at the fullback position now. Taylor back in at running back. Oh, big hole.
There he goes. Riley Taylor into the end zone, and Oshkosh West is on the scoreboard with a nice answer after a 6-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, that whole drive is really the players executing and coaches calling plays that just play to the advantage of the offense. That overhang is the extra player to the strong side. You have your fullback kick him out and lead block. And the offensive line beat the defensive line, and Neenah, touchdown.
And a kicker out there for West, Michael Stack. It is up and it is good. With 4:13 left to play here in this first quarter, Oshkosh West ties it up with Neenah here, all at 7 apiece. We'll take a quick break and be back after this. The Fox Communities Credit Union Game of the Week.
I'm Tom Julian from the Julian Strategic Alliance Group. I'm inviting you to have my team help you develop your personal, estate, and business planning goals. Let us put together comprehensive financial strategies for your success in every season of your life. Contact us today to get started. We're right on the CE Trail in Kimberly. We can help you establish retirement income goals, work with you on your asset protection allocation, and guide you on future income growth strategies. I would like to meet with you to begin the conversation. Call us. Let's get started.
Back here at Titan Stadium, Joey D and John Dinsey along with you on this beautiful Friday evening. In fact, a little bit warm here.
Yeah, I think if West can hit some plays and they can play with tempo, they might wear Neenah out in this heat. That's for sure.
And they answer with the touchdown on their second drive of the game. This one taken on about the 13-yard line. Still on his feet. It's Colin McClowery. Nobody can take him down. Still no whistle. Way out near midfield. Boy, nobody could get him down.
Yeah, I mean, what a great run. What a good effort. You know, it's a tough position for any returner. I mean, it's a high kick, good hang time, but it's short. So by the time your returners even get, your blockers even get over there, if you're not patient, you're going to run right into a defender. And his patience, great, got him some yards, but his effort got him almost to the 50-yard line.
47 officially is where they will start this drive, their second drive of the evening. First one came after a turnover and end up in 7 points. This time again, pretty good field position to start. Handoff goes right up the middle. Looks like Jaden Bartlett.
Yeah, that's one back power basically out of shotgun. So basically giving the guard as the extra player to block. And when you see these teams, you're really seeing teams that look almost identical offensively and look really similar defensively. You're seeing, again, a three-man front, 2 overhangs, 2 inside backers. The big difference you see with West is 2 high safeties, not the extra bonus safety that you're seeing with Neenah.
Bartlett a 2-yard gain, averaging 3 yards a carry coming into this one.
Oop.
No flag there. Looked like somebody might have jumped. That one thrown way out of bounds now. A late flag coming in after the play.
Yeah, Bryce Hinn came off the right side of the offense and looked like he was past the right tackle before, you know, they snapped the ball. But they didn't call the penalty there, but they're definitely calling the corner for grabbing the receiver.
He just timed that one perfectly, didn't he? He knows
according to the refs,
cadence.
he did.
He definitely knew the cadence that time.
I think he can review that, so I don't know if it matters.
There's a pass interference on West.
That's as a corner, especially in that position, they put trips to the field, and that corner is to the one receiver side, and he's one-on-one. There is no safety help. So if you get beat, grab the guy, take the penalty. It's better than 7 points.
So they move it up to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 there. Just giving them yardage. Back to pass, a quick one to McClowery. And he is wrapped up right away.
Yeah, they motion the slot receiver to trips, and they throw a little bubble screen to him. And number 36 for Neenah, Evan Crook, is kind of like a wing player, like a fullback player in shotgun. And he is lead blocking on Bryce Hinn, and Bryce Hinn pushed him back right into the receiver and really stuffed that play before it really started. They're lucky to get a yard on the play.
Indeed they did. They'll mark it right on the 35. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Neenah taking their time this time in the huddle. Wideouts, 2 to the far, 1 here to the near. Back to the shotgun formation here for Peyton McClowry.
Yeah, you can see Crook now really lined up as a tight end.
Give this time to Sam Young. And Young on the end around. Gain maybe a couple, but it's going to be 3rd down and long here for Neenah if they even got a couple there.
Yeah, so instead of, it looks like you got about 3, so I'd say about 3rd and 6. So instead of, the fullback playing the fullback position or a wing position, they lined him up at tight end. They widened, lengthened the defensive line, motioned the slot receiver, ran a jet sweep to him into the boundary. Really good play design, but West is doing a good job up front of beating blocks and minimizing these gains.
Under 2 minutes left to play, all tied up at 7. Little spin move and a screenplay. Out to the left side, caught by Evan Crook. You just talked about him. And did the screenplay work? Right at the 25, and I believe they are going to move the chains on a nice pickup by Crook.
Yeah, really good play design. And again, I think, 36 Evan Crook is really taking you to the ball, right? He's clearly a player that defense is going to want to key on. That time lined up as a fullback. They motion him back into the box. Fake a little swing out to the right and come back and hit him on a screen. And he's able to pick up the needed yards. So again, that 20 personnel look, Crook in the backfield as a lead blocker. And you see that inside zone look, again, with the lead from the fullback that you've been seeing from West. Now you're seeing Neenah do the exact same thing. So 20 personnel, 21 personnel. I mean, however you want to look at it, Neenah and West look like 2 teams looking in the mirror right now offensively.
Under a minute left to play. So we'll get at least one more play here on between the 23 and 24-yard line.
It seems like Neenah's playing with a little bit more tempo right now, too. They're trying to get to the line a little bit quicker. And with longer drives, it makes a ton of sense as you're wearing the defense out. A little bit different look here. Looks like they put 2 tight ends in this time.
Everything's to the left right now. Of course, they'll pull to the right as they hand it to Colin McClowry. Looking for some room, can't find too much. Might have gained a couple, and that should do it for the first quarter of play. Both teams scoring in this first quarter. 7-7. When we come back, it'll be on the 21-yard line at the other end of the field. This is the Fox Communities Credit Union Video Stream Game of the Week.
Oh, emojis. I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you. She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
How about the hand?
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Zane!
As we bring back to Titan Stadium, Joey D and John Dinsey along with you on this beautiful Friday evening, heading into quarter number 2, all knotted up at 7 apiece.
Big third down play for the Neenah offense.
Going deep. Overthrew him. Nice coverage in the secondary there by Oshkosh West and Bennett Whiteley on the coverage.
Yeah, I think if you could get that throwback, he would try to put it on the back shoulder. The corner did a great job of getting on top of the route, keeping Stockman in front of him. There's a lot of space if he puts it on his back shoulder. Really, the play is thrown off as they bring Bryce Hinn off the edge from the trip side, and that ball needed to be thrown or he was going to get hit hard.
So here we go, 4th down And 6 on the 20, just outside the 20-yard line here. First fourth down of the game for either team.
He's hit again off the edge.
Fires across, a little bit of contact, no flag though, and so it will be a turnover on downs. West will get the football back on about the 20-yard line.
And you just wonder, I mean, the ball's on the 20-yard line. If Van Dyke's healthy, that's a field goal that they're going to kick. So, you know, we talked about at the beginning of the game, the squib kicks you saw on the kickoff, now potentially a field goal they don't kick. You know, these are lost points, right? We used to always talk when I coached about hidden points in the game, and this is one of them.
So West takes over just outside the 20, so they'll say the 21-yard line.
You can really start to see, though, the game plan as Neenah's really trying to attack the one-on-ones to the single receiver side, and they feel very good about that matchup. And Coach told us this before the game with Stockman to the one receiver side.
Flag right as the play started, coming from the far official. Who jumped is the question. They're backing up.
I didn't see a signal at all.
Not yet. Didn't get
they're backing up.
Officials' names, but yeah, offside's going to be called on Oshkosh West. So back them up 5. It'll be 1st and 15 now. Back on about the 16.
That is a penalty you just don't see very often. The offensive player lining up offsides. So they got those side judges for, Joey. Got to ask them. Ask them for help.
Let's just hope we don't see as many yellow flags as we did in that pro game last night.
Yeah.
Did you watch that thing?
I couldn't do it.
Goodness.
I couldn't do it.
Every other play, it seemed like it was flying in the air, that yellow thing.
I'll go off on a tangent if we go too far.
1st and 15, fired across, caught by Jagger Freiberg, the 6-foot, 170-pound senior. Gets those 5 yards back and a few more.
Yeah, good play call to attack. Now you're seeing tempo from West, right? Seeing him get to the line a little bit quicker.
2nd down and 3, getting to 12.
Ooh,
right up the middle for a 1st down, Riley Taylor.
Yeah, you saw him leak right through. And again, that's just inside zone, one-back zone out of shotgun. So you have to win one-on-one blocks as an offensive line for that play to hit, or the defense flows too much and the player's able to cut back. That's just an offensive lineman create a crease. Tyler hits it for a good game. Or Taylor, sorry.
Up to the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. All tied up here in this 2nd quarter. The toss out once again to Taylor. Nice open field tackle taken down on the far side by Luke Elkin.
Yeah, that's a
6
really
foot,
good play.
190-pound, just a junior, and boy, he read that one nicely.
So, Joey, you can start to see the adjustments that are starting to happen through the game. Neenah has adjusted. You saw it on that play where they went to a true 3-4, a true 50 front. So both their outside backers walked up, and they got rid of that bonus safety in the middle of the field. So only 2 high safeties. The result, 2-yard loss on defense.
2nd down and 12. Forcing the pass to the fullback here out of the backfield. That is Bryce Hinn. Elkin once again on the stop. Well, he is flying all the way around this field.
Right. So you see the adjustment by the defense, then you see the adjustment right back by the offense. You're going to play 2 high safeties. I've committed to the run. I've forced you to do that. Now I'm going to play action, right, and throw the ball into the flat. Now, again, that flat pass is to keep the overhangs committed to that player out of the backfield, but it's also going to open up stuff behind him.
At the 38-yard line, it is 3rd and 6. Big 3rd down play. Scrambling, and down he goes. There for the sack. Believe that's Caden Sells,
Yeah,
6'1", 220-pound lineman. He is a senior, and a big play there, forcing a 4th down.
Huge play, great adjustment again by Neenah. They go back to their 3-man front. They go with their bonus safety, 3 high safeties. And because it's 3rd and 7, they play the pass first and really take away any options for Slice. I mean, that's really a coverage sack. Great initial pressure, but really a coverage sack.
Here is the punt that is going to go flying out of bounds. We'll see where the officials mark it. And good field position. He keeps on walking and walking.
It's going to be interesting to see where he stops.
Wow, right near midfield. At the 48-yard line is where Neenah will take over. All tied up at 7 apiece here with 9:02 left to play in this first half. We'll thank our fine sponsors once again: Fox Communities Credit Union, Myron Construction, Creative Imprint, Julian Strategic Alliance Group, all making high school football possible for you here on this Friday night. We have a double header. Tell you about that second game coming up here in just a little bit. Dodgeville and Oshkosh Lords here at Titan Stadium in Oshkosh. Shadows starting to build up just a little bit. Fake toss by Peyton McLowry, rolling to the right, and had a receiver down there, threw it at his feet. It'll be second down and 10.
You know, Joey, for all of us Packer fans that got to see, you know, the offense actually move the ball the first 3 drives on Sunday, that play is really what we saw the success come from. So that's a traditional run action boot play. You see the flat route by the tight end, and you see what's called an over route. You said Devontae Adams hit that. That over route, number 5 for Neenah, which is Daniel Flora, was wide open down the middle of the field, and McLaurin just didn't see him.
Back to the shotgun, a wobbly snap, and a quick throw. Got him. Did he reach across enough for the first down? That's Dylan Stockman again, his main target, and I believe they are going to move the change. Cross midfield they go, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Joey, they're attacking that one receiver side, that one-on-one matchup. And that time, they put Stockman to the field and still got him in a one-on-one because they put the formation into the boundary. You're going to have to wonder if Coach Kajawa is going to adjust and start to run an underneath player under him.
Stockman, their leading receiver, coming in with 4 touchdowns, and the ball flies loose. And jumped on by Jaden Bartlett. So second down and long now after the fumble.
Yeah, the traditionalist coach would be yelling at us right now. That's why you don't run shotgun, right? You know, that's why you don't read the ball. So it's just a tough position. You're asking the quarterback to do so much that sometimes mistakes like that happen where the ball he puts right on his shoulder instead of putting it in his belly.
2nd and 13 now on the 44. As we tick under 8 minutes left to play in this first half. Back to pass, goes McLowry, looking deep, and he's got him! Complete inside the 20-yard line. The catch by Sam Young, jumping up over his defender and bringing it down. And they'll move the chains once again, 1st and 10 on about the 18-yard line.
Yeah, Joey, that's that back shoulder throw that we talked about that they really missed in the end zone. Puts it in a position where, as the defender's trying to run to catch up to Young, who got past him, the receiver can adjust to the ball, the defender can't, right? So almost too easy, really, when you think about it.
Another quick pass, little wheel route to the right side. That's Colin McLowry. He's got it, and that'll be down on about the 15, so a gain of about 3 will be second down.
Yeah, if you're Neenah, you know, probably a little bit of a missed opportunity there. You had your fullback and your tight end to the formation, lead blocking on a little slip screen, and unfortunately they just couldn't sustain the blocks long enough or get enough movement for McLaury to hit a seam. Net result, 2 yards on the play.
Peyton McLowry has a guy going motion. Getting all kinds of people to jump on the west side. So the hard count working here because there was more than one guy on that defensive line. And I'll move it 5 yards, put it up to about the 11. So now it makes it a little bit more manageable here, at least for the first down. And you inch closer to the touchdown as well.
Right, you're in a position now, you know, as a play caller, 2nd and 3, where really anything is an option. And you've seen Neenah have success with a variety of different things, but primarily they're one-on-one matchups. Now you have an opportunity that you could take a shot here or just continue to move the ball in the run game.
Second down and a very, very long 2. Drop back into the end zone and incomplete, but we do have a flag once again on the far sideline. I'm not too sure if that would have stood anyways.
Yeah, it looked like contact downfield. I don't know where they're going to call it, but
Intended receiver was Luke Elkin. Illegal man downfield is the call. So back them up the 5 yards that they got from their other penalty. Now they give it right back.
Yeah, really interesting to have a lineman or a receiver downfield on really just a design pass play.
Yeah.
No screen, no other option.
Call it 2nd and 7, just outside the 15-yard line. And now a little bit too much time taken, and Coach Young wants to talk things over here with just over 6 minutes left to play in this first half. We'll take a quick timeout and come back after this on the Fox Communities Credit Union Game of the Week.
When you're looking for a cutting-edge local company to produce your creative screen-printed or embroidered apparel for your business or team, Creative Imprint in Neenah is that company. Their experienced staff can bring all your ideas to life. They make you part of the experience with their online designing tool that allows customers to design their own t-shirts. That's how they make you part of the experience. Design your t-shirt and place your order online at creativeimprintapparel.com. Experience the difference.
Bringing it back to UW-Oshkosh here, Titan Stadium. It is all tied up at 7 with just over 6 minutes left to play here in this first half. And what did he not like there with Coach Young?
You know, it's interesting. They've done a lot of personnel changes over the last couple of plays, and they were in a three-wide receiver set, which they really haven't been in. Now they go back, split their tight end out on the top. So I think it's a personnel group issue.
Peyton rolling left, firing just short of the intended receiver. Good coverage by David Cole by West. And really the entire secondary. There were blue jerseys all over the white ones.
Yeah, you can see the matchup they were trying to get is getting Young in the slot, but having Stockman or one of those other receivers to occupy on the outside, run Young behind him. But great coverage by Cole on the back end. You know, for safety, one of the hardest positions you can be in is when that slot receiver runs vertical and you know you have to cover him. It really becomes one-on-one football.
3rd down and 7 on about the 15-yard lines where they mark it. Quick handoff, tripping and falling behind the line of scrimmage, and a flag coming in late, but carrying the ball was Sam Young.
Yeah,
holding on Neenah.
Yeah, that's one of those holds we've seen a couple times, on Sundays, people trying to attempt to hold Kenny Clark. That was I'm going to hold on for dear life because Bennett Whiteley is running me back into the backfield. So, I mean, it's just, you try to run jet sweeps or you try to attack the edge like that. The blocking by the receivers on the edge is absolutely critical for that play to hit. And that defender just did a better job, and ultimately that's where the holding play comes from.
So they're going to accept the penalty. That's interesting, too, because if they don't, then wouldn't it be 4th down and long?
Yeah, interesting call here. I mean, for me, I'd want to beat a 4th down because a pass interference is an example. Will give them an automatic 1st down.
Yeah.
Defensive hold. But, again, Jack Van Dyke's not playing today, so I wouldn't be worried about a field goal.
Mark it back at the 28. And that toss is caught, but then wrapped up right away. Boy, they snuffed that one out. I don't know if they were trying for a screen, but West did not bite. And now it's going to be 4th down and very long.
Yeah, again, those are one of those plays that, you see it on Saturday, you see it on Sunday, you see it executed, and it's beautiful. I mean, the quarterback sprints out to the right side, makes it look like they're running that, throws back a weak side screen to the number 1 receiver, but you better block that corner right away or that play's not going to hit. And they couldn't block. Again, number 14, Bennett Whiteley.
So they're going to be punting to 42, just a little squibber to see if they can keep it out of the end zone, and they don't. Good effort by the special teams, but instead they will bring it out to the 20. That's where West will get it with 4:51 left to play. A tie ball game here at UW-Oshkosh.
Yeah, great attempt. Try to pin him deep. Great effort by number 10, Cole Schultz, but ultimately couldn't bat it back into play, and West is going to start at the 20.
1st and 10 with all 3 of their timeouts left. Plenty of time to move downfield and trying to put some points on the board here before the end of the first half.
Yeah, it's really been a balanced game. Very well played so far. I wonder if West starts to speed it up a little bit. You saw a little bit of tempo last drive.
Schleiss looking downfield, all kinds of time. He's got the protection. He doesn't get rid of it, and down he goes in the backfield. That's Dane Schleiser.
Yeah, I think it was Tyler Kozlowski.
Kozlowski, okay.
Yeah.
It was 15,
it's hard to see
not
that
16,
number from
yeah.
there. Yeah, so again, for Coach Levine, anytime he can get 2 safeties and they get rid of that bonus safety, the third one in the middle of the field, you can see he's trying to take a shot down the field. But if nothing's open, Schleiss got to throw the ball away.
Yeah.
You can't take a 10-yard loss, 12-yard loss on that play like he did. And truthfully, initially he had a quick route right away that he could have thrown to.
So that is now 2nd down and 21. A quick toss is complete to David Cole. He is wrapped up right away, so gained a couple, but it is going to be 3rd down and forever here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Joey, that's the same thing we talked about in that last screen play Neenah ran, right? So you try to block out on the edges. Your receivers have to be able to sustain those blocks for those plays to hit. That play is actually a little different because it's just a slot screen to number 2. So that number 2 receiver has someone that he's got to beat one-on-one, and he didn't. He got tackled for about a 2-yard gain.
3rd down and 18 on the 12.
See that bonus safety back in? They run it.
They'll toss it backwards. Wrapped up right away. It was Riley Taylor. And Neenah came away with it running into the end zone. Sam Young thought that he had a fumble recovery for a TD, but the officials quickly say, get back here.
Joey, I don't know what he thought there. It's one of those you just hope. You hope they agree with you. What's really interesting, Joey, is Young is the bonus safety. So he's the guy in the middle of the field. And against this offense, if you can take away the middle of the field, if you can take away that deep post, you're taking away a big chunk of the big plays they're trying to hit. But he's playing in the run game right now. So it's almost like they're playing their normal defense, and they're just using him to be the extra player.
A 3 and out. A flag right at the snap.
Yeah, some sort of procedure penalty again.
Went flying out of bounds into the West bench. And we'll see where this one will be marked. Again, the referees like to take their time in this one so far. As far as letting us know what exactly the call is. We can see.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of signals up here. There we go.
It's a false start, and it is declined. So we will not see a repunt. They will. Coach Young says, yeah, we'll take it out there on about the 40. Why not?
Great field position to start.
Make it the 42 of West with 2:28 left to play. They've got 2 of their timeouts left. And plenty of time for this offense to make a strike here before halftime. That one taken and given to Colin McClowry.
Yeah, that's really a lot of what they've been setting up. That's a weak side power play. So Crook, like I said earlier, Crook is really going to take you to the ball, is that wing fullback type player. And they pull the front side, strong side guard. They run weak side power. And West really only has the overhang over there. So if the linebacker doesn't get over the top, you can see it's a 6-yard gain. So, again, football really offensively is a number game, and they're running to where they have more numbers.
2nd and 4. Clock continues to run under 2 minutes now. Looks like they're taking their time here, and well, that time I think they probably got
they got Bryce in
that time. He was trying to. They're moving him backwards.
Really?
I know the wideout here to the near side jumped a little bit too, but I think made him jump.
Well, they're talking about it. Let's see.
False start.
Wow.
So once again,
I was going to say he was almost to the quarterback,
I think
Joey.
it's the second time has got away with that. Back him up 5, and it is 2nd down and 9 now.
I mean, by rule, the offensive player can't move, and he didn't make contact with any of the Neenah players because he ran by all of them. But penalties on Neenah.
So it's 2nd and 9 on the 31. 90 seconds left to play here in this first half. That toss from Luke Elkin, who was lined up as the quarterback, and he tosses it to Colin McClowry. Works his way up to about the 25-yard line. Big-time pickup and a first down for Neenah.
Yeah, what's really interesting, Joey, is Luke Elkin is number 44, okay? And he has played some defense. He's played some tight end. He's lined up at receiver. Now he's playing quarterback. So and he's listed as a quarterback.
Yeah, on the roster it says QB. But he's played just about everything here tonight. Main quarterback has been Peyton McClowry.
He's back in again.
Yeah, Elkin back in the shotgun. Snap and a throw incomplete. Looking for Sam Young. Had it go in and out of his hands. He started to turn upfield before he had it. And it's 2nd down and 10 on the 25. Yeah, a minute left to play now.
Again, you see Neenah's strategy of attacking that one receiver side. They're doing a really good job of finding where there's man coverage, where there isn't safety help, where there is safety help. Ultimately, that's just a good throw. Ball wasn't caught, but it's really good coverage as well. The defender was right there.
2nd and 10 on the 25. Again, it's Elkin, the quarterback. Lofting it, and he's got him this time. It is complete. Was his knee down? No, he reached across for the touchdown. A 25-yard touchdown pass from Elkin to Sam Young, and Neenah takes the lead.
Yeah, Joey, I don't know what coverage they're in, but to me that looks like a coverage mistake. You have the corner and the safety down to the boundary. They're covering the 2 receivers. The number 1 receiver runs a post. Number 2 runs an out. There was an overhang player that can run with that out. That corner should have continued to run with that post and squeeze it to the safety. And that's not a touchdown if that happens.
Extra point is through the uprights. And with under a minute left to play in this first half, the Rockets take the lead 14 to retake the lead, I should say. They did score first off of a turnover by West. And then West answered, but that's the first score in quite a while. We got 48 seconds left to play here in this first half.
Yeah, it's been a while. Joey, I can see Coach Chris Gujau on the sideline right now, and you can tell he is coaching those 2 DBs on really the technique that should have been passed, on that post, really the trade route that they ran. And again, Cole, I give Cole a lot of credit. Cole's trying to make a play on the ball. He just didn't play the ball correctly.
Again, that pass was from Elkin, who's only been in for a couple of plays there at quarterback, but gets him into the end zone. That was a quick strike, too.
Did he throw it all 3 times he was in, too?
I think he did. Got a nice little touch for the junior.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really well-thrown ball. And, again, safety tries to read it in the air, just misplays it. Young continues to run through the ball and score a touchdown.
Got 3 guys with the QB next to their name on this roster.
You might see them all tonight, I guess.
McClowry, Matt Young, the sophomore, and Luke Elkin.
There's that squib kick again. See if West can get some field position.
Try and get it to bounce off of that turf, maybe.
There you go, break a couple tackles. To about the 40.
And they do have all 3 timeouts, 42 seconds left. They'll mark it on about the 39. We do pass here?
Yeah, I mean, Oshkosh West can score, and they can score quickly. We'll just leave it at that. But where they've struggled is their deeper routes. The routes they're trying to hit down the field with that 3 safety look. Really, Schleich's looked really indecisive. So if it was me, I would absolutely throw it, but I'd be attacking the edges first, knowing that I have 3 timeouts.
They only have a couple of throwing touchdowns this season, and not going to get one there. Wrapped up in the backfield, taken down for the sack is Schleich, way back at about the 35. He's going to lose several. And now you just let this clock run out or try one more time.
And it doesn't look like Coach Levine is going to use his timeouts. So he's going to go in at halftime, happy being down 7. Again, he's the coach, I'm not, so I'm going to trust him on this.
And they can do that. I don't know why they're not just starting to run for the locker room already, or for the sideline. That is going to do it for half number 1. As we approach triple zeros on the clock, it is 14-7. The Rockets lead the Wildcats here at Titan Stadium on the campus of UW-Oshkosh. Joey D along with broadcast partner here. First half thoughts here, Coach. What do you think?
Well, I mean, what's interesting to me is, Neenah has done a great job of getting the ball to their playmakers, and really they've sustained drives at time, but the difference in the game is one play. I mean, and it's a play that the safety had a chance to make a play on, didn't play it correctly, and Young makes the catch. Like I said, I mean, this is 2 teams trying to separate themselves from the middle of the pack in the conference. And when you watch them, I think they're trying to separate themselves from each other. They're literally look identical offensively and defensively. And I guess we'll see in the second half who does separate.
It really has been a pretty evenly matched contest as we reach the half here. 14-7. We'll take a quick timeout and then give you a little bit of time here and join us for second half action, won't you? Coming up here in just a few minutes here, the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week, or games of the week. Another one coming up, by the way. We do have Oshkosh Lords and Dodgeville immediately, well, not immediately, but following this one, we will have that football game for you as well. It's halftime here, 14-7, Rockets leading the Wildcats.
A century is made up of minutes, but more importantly, of moments. Moments of hard work, dedication, challenges, and triumphs. From Myron Construction, the past 100 years were built by the steady hands of tradespeople who laid a strong foundation, and continues to thrive because of our passionate team members. As we close this significant chapter of our history, our sights are set on what we will accomplish together in the years to come, because together we'll continue building excellence.
Make the blue one happen. Or maybe the white one happen. Make that was easy happen. Make we can take my new car happen. And definitely make double takes in the garage happen. When it's time to upgrade your ride, Fox helps you make life happen. Visit one of 22 Fox locations or apply online at foxcu.org so you can make "Dang, I feel good in this car" happen.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Check 1, check 2, test 1, test 2, test 1, win, test 1.
Make fenced-in yard happen. Make two-story in town happen. Or ranch in the country happen. Definitely make 2 bathrooms happen. With Fox, make we can afford that one happen. When it's time to decide on your dream home, Fox helps you make life happen. Visit one of 22 Fox locations or apply online today so you can make this is the one happen.
Fox Communities.
A century is made up of minutes, but more importantly, of moments. Moments of hard work, dedication, challenges, and triumphs. From Myron Construction, the past 100 years were built by the steady hands of tradespeople who laid a strong foundation, and continues to thrive because of our passionate team members. As we close this significant chapter of our history, our sights are set on what we will accomplish together in the years to come, because together we'll continue building excellence.
When you're looking for a cutting-edge local company to produce your creative screen-printed or embroidered apparel for your business or team, Creative Imprint in Neenah is that company. Their experienced staff can bring all your ideas to life. They make you part of the experience with their online designing tool that allows customers to design their own t-shirts. That's how they make you part of the experience. Design your t-shirt and place your order online at creativeimprintapparel.com. Experience the difference.
I'm Tom Julian from the Julian Strategic Alliance Group. I'm inviting you to have my team help you develop your personal, estate, and business planning goals. Let us put together comprehensive financial strategies for your success in every season of your life. Contact us today to get started. We're right on the CE Trail in Kimberly. We can help you establish retirement income goals, work with you on your asset protection allocation, and guide you on future income growth strategies. I would like to meet with you to begin the conversation. Call us. Let's get started.
The projects we construct afford us the opportunity to help those in need in more ways than one. And the momentum we create as a team allows us to make an impact greater than any one of us can achieve on our own. We are part of the community. We are where we live. We are Myron Construction.
the school zone coming on. Let's bring it back here to Fox Communities Credit Union video stream games of the week here this evening, because we've got not one but two. Another doubleheader for you here from UW-Oshkosh at Titan Stadium. I am Joey D alongside Coach John Dinsey. Here we've got Neenah and Oshkosh West. Neenah leading 14-7. Both of these teams coming in at 2-2 on the season. And a pretty even first half, like we were just talking about, right, Coach?
Yeah, I think for me what stands out is Neenah's ability to take any big plays away from West. So, you know, you saw it with the 3-safety look, the bonus safety in the middle of the field. But I think the underplayed story in the first half is the pass rush from Neenah. I mean, a pass rush that's coming with really 3 rushers against their 5-0 linemen. So, again, I think if Neenah can continue to get the pass rush they got in the first half, they can take away the big plays. They're going to cruise on in the second half to a big win.
14-7 is the score here at the half. Coming up in the next game that we have for you, it is Oshkosh Lourdes. As they come in at 4-0 on the season, they will be taking on Dodge Land. So, chance to get to broadcast a couple of teams that we don't normally get to, and see some teams from other parts of Northeast Wisconsin here.
Yeah, Trailways football is a lot different than the FVA. It's still the FVA to me, Joey. I don't know. I know it's the big right. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I haven't had a chance to see either of those teams this year. When I coached, they were both schools that I recruited, actually. So traditionally, teams that both run the ball really well. I think Lourdes has become a little bit more diverse in their offense over the last couple of years. Coach Wopat is also their activities director at Lourdes, is a very accomplished coach in that conference, was a coach at Marquezan for many years.
It'll be the Trojans and the Knights coming up following the Rockets and the Wildcats here. And Coach, here we are at halftime, okay? That means, believe it or not, officially, we start in the next couple of seconds here, the official start to the second half of the regular season already. Can you believe that?
I can't. I mean, for me,
4.5 games down, 4.5 to go.
For me, the adjustment when they moved the high school season up, I'm still not over it. You know, it's hard to. It's actually exciting tonight because the environment, there's students here, and the band is here, and the cheerleaders, and all the stuff you expect on a Friday night. Like, this is normal to me, you know. But if I think back in time, you know, really the adjustment was a couple of weeks. It really wasn't that big of a deal, but it almost feels like we're just getting started.
So we will begin the second half of the season officially in just a few moments here. 14-7 the score on a beautiful evening. Well, I tell you what, for late September, you know, officially summer ends this weekend. But it's feeling kind of summer-like out here.
I was going to say, the whole week we've had summer. I don't know if it's our last attempt at it, but I enjoy it, so I hope it continues.
Absolutely. Especially we're talking now, getting into, like I said, the second half of the season.
Yeah, so the second half of this game, really, you know, I would look at for West to really try to get back to establishing the run. When they scored their touchdown drive, they were able to be in that 2-back set out of shotgun. They were able to move the ball. They were able to establish the run. You really didn't see any play action off of it. You didn't see them benefit from the success they had in the run game. I think they need to get back to that. And honestly, I think they need to keep trying to take shots down the field. But if that pass rush continues the way Neenah had it, they're going to have to take what they're given, right? So, you know, run guys down the field, occupy those safeties, but take the stuff in front of you and move the ball. I think that's the key for West to make sure that they can get it tied and get back, you know, to a position where they can win this game.
Michael Stack puts it into the air, taken on about the 7-yard line by Colin McClowry. And good special teams play by Oshkosh West. Keeps them inside the 20, but on the forward progress, just outside the 20 is where they will start their first drive here of the second half for the Neenah Rockets, up by a touchdown.
Yeah, if you're watching at home, Oshkosh West has a defender, number 9, Roman Martel, that you've definitely noticed on the screen. I mean, he has played some defensive end. He played a little bit of fullback, and he just ran down on kickoff and absolutely blew up a blocker and made a tackle. So as a sophomore, that's a guy that, Wes obviously is excited about, and you're going to see for a while.
Question is, who's going to be the quarterback here for Neenah? Went with a couple of them in that first half. It is McClowry once again, and the handoff and stuffed right away by the big defensive line with the penetration, and he lost a couple.
Yeah, Bryce Hinn bends down the line, so they're trying to run power right to the strong side. They're pulling a guard, pulling a fullback from the weak side, and Bryce Hinn just follows the down block by the tackle and blows up the play. No blockers even made it to him.
Let's give him credit here. Dakota Meisel, the only guy listed on this roster, over 300 pounds. He's 6'2", 302. Wrapped him up right away.
Absolutely. And Joey, we talked about Dakota Meisel a lot in week one against Kimberly.
Made that play there. Toss back.
Big
He's got
play.
some room. There he goes. Off and running. Nobody is going to catch him.
Yeah, Joey, I think it's coming back.
81 yards for Colin McClowry. There is a flag. He's
yeah, I think they're going to get a block in the back.
They're walking back slowly. That might be why. There was nobody within 20, 30 yards.
Well, Joey, they caught him. They blitzed off the weak side. Bryce Hinn and I think actually another player, and they tossed back to the boundary here, and there was no one over there.
Flag is on the 44 of Neenah, so that's why everybody is trotting backwards.
Joey, those are the penalties that obviously it's frustrating, right, because it takes away a touchdown. But honestly, that's a block that didn't even need to be made. That was a touchdown without the block in the back. You give the receiver credit for attempting to keep playing through the whistle. He didn't need to make that block.
Now they will mark it on the 34 after the mark off. And so it will still be should still be a first down, right? Yep, it is a first down on the 34, but it is not a touchdown. Wiped 6 off of the board because of that costly turnover. Or penalty, I should say.
Yeah, so they'll go from the spot of the penalty. And I think it's first down. They haven't moved the down marker yet. There we go. Okay.
He made it 1st and 10 there on that 34. Under 11 minutes left to play. First possession of the second half here for Neenah.
They motion that fullback back into the box.
Fake to the right side. Now rolling is Peyton McClowry. Looking once again for Sam Young. Overthrew him. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. There was a couple of blue jerseys near him.
Yeah, Joey, I wonder if the reason we're seeing multiple quarterbacks is honestly, McClowry has receivers open, but it's either he's not reading his progression correctly or he's just missing them, because on that play, that's a classic boot, flat route, over route, and then a comeback by the number one receiver. And the number one receiver made his corner fall down. That's how open he was. And McClowry throws to the over who's double covered.
In the shotgun. Hard count. Do not get them to jump, so they'll go right up the middle and gain just a couple, and it's going to be 3rd down and long, though, after the carry.
Yeah, so that's that power play that they ran again, and I'm wrong. It's actually a counter play. So the tight end that time blocked out on Bryce Hinn to hold him off the edge, but again, they couldn't get the guard and the fullback to come from the weak side to get him much penetration. Really, it's just a good run by the running back to get what he could get.
3rd down and 7 now on the 37.
Jaden Bartlett in the backfield. We haven't seen him a ton at tailback yet tonight.
Getting the hard count. Toss, he's got him. But I don't think that's enough for a first down. It's Sam Young again with the catch, but it will be 4th down and short for Neenah.
Yeah, we've mentioned number 14 for Oshkosh West, Bennett Whiteley, tonight, and that is a great play on breaking on the break by the wide receiver. So Young does a good job of running a good route, catching the ball, but Whiteley's right in his hip pocket, drives on it, makes the tackle for no gain after contact. So looks like Neenah's going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go, 4th down and 1 on the 43. Here's where that hard count might come in. Nope. And they stuffed him before he could get to the line of scrimmage, so that will be a turnover on downs as he was taken down right away Roman Martell and others in on the stop.
Yeah, it's an interesting call, Joey. I mean, you're midfield right now. You're up a touchdown. You get the ball to start the half, and not only do you turn the ball over, but you turn the momentum over back to Oshkosh West. I don't know if I agree with that call. I definitely don't like the play design. Hand the ball off, go behind your lead blockers, and put yourself in a position. Again, they haven't been able to get that fullback and guard to the front side to even give them lead blockers on that play all game.
So a turnover on downs. It goes back to West, and they'll give it to Riley Taylor on their first possession, and a flag on the first play for West.
Again, Joey, I don't want to single out the coaches here, right? And I don't want to point out right or wrong, but when you're running the ball on 4th and 1 and you're pulling people from the backside, right? You're asking a lot of those players to get to the front side and the back to slow down enough to let the block set up. And that's a lot to ask in short yardage when the defensive line is pinning their ears back trying to make the tackle.
Holding on, West will back it up across midfield back into their own territory, and it's going to be first and, where are they going to mark this one? First and 20 at least.
Well, it's 10 yards from the spot, so it's...
Yep, first and 20, right on the 47. Looking for the screen. Got him, but wrapped up right away. What a play by Reed Keppel, 6'1", 210-pound senior. Boy, he snuffed that one out right away. If he doesn't get him, that's a big yardage for Oshkosh West, but Keppel was right there.
Yeah, great job by the defensive line. I mean, it's a three-man front, reading screen, and that player, Reed Keppel, ends up just mirroring the back and making the tackle. Second and long.
So it's second and even lost a yard on that one. Second and 21. He's in trouble. Slice fires it downfield, and he's got his guy, Jagger Freiberg, with the catch up near the first down. A big-time pickup of about 20 on the play, and it's going to be very short for a first down here.
Yeah, Joey, when we saw West against Kimberly, really the success that West had was when they could get the ball out of Schleiss's hand early, normally down the field, and when he could move in the pocket. He gets out of the pocket, and let me tell you, young quarterbacks watching, don't throw the ball across the middle of the field like he just did there. But ultimately, he gets rewarded for it as Freiberg makes an amazing catch. One-handed catch, I think, too, Joey.
7 catches on the season coming into this ball game, and a big pickup there. Here's the handoff to Nate Carlin, who was wrapped up in the backfield, but managed to get back another yard or so, but he lost one total on the play, so it's now going to be about 4th and 2 for West.
Yeah, I don't want to get nitpicky, Joey, but I don't like it. I don't like running that sort of play design with the way Neenah's lining up. You've had success with Hinnon at fullback, trying to run off tackle, running some of your power stuff. You need a yard, run at him. That's where you've had your success.
Taking a long time in the huddle here on 4th down and a very long 2.
This is a big play.
On the 35,
early in the game.
Here we go.
Here's that big set we talked about.
Right up the middle they go, and I don't think he got it. Bryce Hinn. And close, but it is going to be a turnover on downs on West due to that stiff defense by the Rockets.
Yeah, Coach Levine subs in number 9, Roman Martell, number 42, Colin Jones. 2 of his defensive standouts with Bryce Hinn. Basically a full house backfield look, and Hinn ultimately ends up not following his blockers and trying to cut it back. Just can't get enough yards.
So it'll be Neenah ball now, as both teams turn it over on downs. 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line. Straight up the middle.
That was a frontside run. That is exactly what I'm talking about on the 4th down play. That is a guard and a fullback to the side. You're trying to run the ball in the back to that side. So it's easier for the back to get downhill and the blockers to get there quicker instead of coming across the formation. And you saw the back can be patient but still attack downhill, and that's a 6-yard gain.
Jaden Bartlett on the carry. This will be second down and a very long 3. What about the 41-yard line?
And McClary back in the backfield for this play.
And Colin gets it.
Penalty.
Fighting forward, and yes, indeed, clock stops to another penalty right near the end of the play. Neenah's backing up like it's on them. And the referees are backing it up as well. Holding on the Rockets. Instead of third and short, it's going to be second down and, probably about 13 or so.
Yeah, a lot of early mistakes, whether it's scheme-wise, play calling-wise, penalties by both teams trying to separate themselves from each other. And right now, they're both shooting themselves in the foot.
Second and 13 on the 31. And they'll set up their own screen pass. And that one taken down right away. There is Martell once again with a big play defensively. Another loss, a tackle for loss way back at the 25. And it's going to be third down and long for the Rockets.
Yeah, again, Bryce Hinn blitz off the weak side, coming from the boundary as an extra rusher. They try to block him with the fullback on that play with Crook again, one-on-one. And again, those are matchups that Hinn has been winning all game. Ultimately, they let him get a little bit of pressure because they're trying to set up the screen. But there's Roma Martell again, making the play.
Bartlett to the right of Peyton McClowry.
Comes Hinn again.
On the blitz. Tipped up in the air, almost intercepted. Looked like a couple of West players got their mitts on that one. The first one to get to it, Joey Truss, 6 foot, 175-pound junior, puts his hands on his helmet saying, should have had that one. That might have even been a pick six.
That could have went all the way.
Yeah.
And those are the plays in a game like this where clearly the defense is one up on the offense, right? Both sides of the ball. And the defense that can make that play, force that turnover, get a pick six, that might be the difference in this game.
Neenah forced a punt.
Almost a block punt.
Yeah. Joey almost got his hands on that one, too.
Wow, great
roll.
Look
at that. Inside the 20 on this turf, the Titan Stadium, and that's where West will get it after the nice punt, the friendly roll. And here comes West back out on offense. Again, just kind of back and forth.
It was a huge job, obviously, by the special teams, not only to avoid the potential block, but to flip the field on that punt, get the good roll. Now West has to get some momentum, has to move the ball, not only just to tie the game, but to turn the field position back if they have to give it back to their defense.
Good time to tell you about our sponsors again, Fox Communities Credit Union, Myron Construction, Creative Imprint, and Julian Strategic Alliance Group. Thank you so much for making high school football happen for you on this Friday night. We got another one coming at you after this one is over with. Toss into the flat, caught by Nate Carlin. Gaining a few yards before he is run out of bounds.
Yeah, if you're watching at home, again, what you're seeing Neenah do defensively is play young in the middle of the field as a bonus extra safety. Ooh, looks like there's someone down.
Yeah, we got an injured Neenah player.
I think that's good. They're running the coaches in right away.
There's a lot of West players that are gathering around, so cannot catch a number just yet. I hate to see this at any point.
I wonder if it's number 44. If it's Luke Elkin. He was playing safety, and I don't see him back out there.
So time to recap here. 4:21 left to play in this third quarter. Neenah with the lead, 14-7. Getting up very gingerly. That is the big 44. And Luke Elkin.
Well, he's walking off on his own, Joey, so that's
a
better
good thing.
than you initially thought looking down at the sideline. But like we were saying earlier, when you're looking at Neenah, if you're watching at home, that extra safety that they're playing in the middle of the field is taking the post away. The advantage West has right now is they can attack the edges like they just did there on Carlin, but really the screens that are going to work for them might not be the bubbles like that because the corner is walking up and pressing number one. So What West wants to do is get these overhangs and these safeties one-on-one against their slot guys, and that's really where they have the advantage right now.
2nd down and 4 after the quick injury timeout. They'll
short game.
Run it off left side and very short gain. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4 on the 23-yard line. And the play coming in a little bit more slow. The tempo's been pretty even here in this second half so far.
Yeah, where Schleiss has had success throwing the ball so far this year is really attacking the one receiver side here to the boundary. They have 2 receivers to this side. I would assume Carlin's going to motion. He doesn't.
Schleiss. Complete. Jagger is right there again. Freiberg, one of his favorite targets in this particular game, up to the 34. And that's good for a 1st down for the Wildcats.
Yeah, concept-wise, that play is called stick. So they're going to run the number 1 receiver in. Looks like a slant, but he just sits in an open zone. Number 2 runs a corner, and the back runs to the flat. They've hit it a couple of times, and again, when Schleiss can get the ball out of his hand quickly and he can attack zones like that, he's had success.
Got 2 receivers here to the near, 1 to the far. Shotgun formation, the toss back. The lead blocker out there, but Taylor unable to find any kind of running room, maybe a couple of yards across the 35 to the 36. Where will be 2nd down and 9. Under 3 to go in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Neenah's safeties and their edge players are doing a great job. Not only are they fast, they're athletic, they're flowing to the ball, but they are physical. When you look out there, you should see the advantage that West has speed-wise, or even how they're lining up formationally. But Neenah's players on the edge are physical, and they're winning one-on-one blocks. I try to get them in the pass game. Get those guys to cover your slot receivers.
3 of them out to the far and 1
Throw
here
the
to
ball
the near.
to the field, Joey.
Yep. Quick pass. He'll take it to the near one. It is complete, and that is caught by Noah Alford.
Yeah, we saw that in week 1, Joey, that formationally they have the field and they have matchups to the side, but they have a one-on-one to the boundary. So it's Noah Alford against number 41, Xavier Stone for Neenah, and that's it. There's no help. Win that matchup, and ultimately you get 5 yards on the play, 4 yards on the play.
Alford, their leading receiver, 222 yards on the season coming in. It's 3rd down and 4 on the 41-yard line, under 2 to go. Same kind of formation here, almost the same play. A little pump fake this time.
Yeah, but they mix
Alford
the coverage
was out of
this
bounds.
time. This time that backside safety, that again in the 3-safety look, attacking down the field is going to be hard when you have 3 high safeties like that. This time, instead of being one-on-one, number 35's job is to get over the top and take that play away, which he does.
Nobody bit on that defense, and like I said, I think Alford was running right there on the line. He may have been called for touching it, coming back in. But at any rate, it's 4th down, and Alford will back up to punt it from his own 25-yard line. 4th and 4 play.
West was able to get a couple 1st downs and turn the field position, but this punt is big. And a penalty.
Well, let's see who this is on. False start on Oshkosh West. I was going to say, if it goes on Neenah, that'll be 1st down. It's only 4th and 4. We got to be sure not to jump on anything, but instead it'll be 4th and 9 as it does go on the Cats. Down 14-7. Both teams scoring early on in this contest and just kind of exchanging the football the last several possessions.
Yeah, really the defenses have taken over.
High snap, Alford pulls it down. Sideways kick. Caught by one of the assistant coaches on the sideline. They'll mark it off to the 40. Right at the 40-yard line is where Neenah will take over. 1st and 10 on their own 40 with 91 seconds left to play in this 3rd quarter, I should say.
And you see the difference in the 2 punts and really the benefit field position-wise that Neenah gets. I mean, again, throughout a football game, those hidden points or those hidden yards are all over the place. And really this exchange, we'll see if Neenah can benefit from it.
1st and 10 on their own 40. Back in at quarterback is Peyton McLowry. Quick pass. Jumping up and making the catch, but yet another penalty. Good catch by Stockman. But there's a flag just behind where he caught that football.
This will be an interesting call. Looks like it's on
It's on
Neenah.
Neenah. They're backing up.
It's a really interesting play call, Joey. Neenah lines up in trips, tight end trips, right? And they put that into the boundary and just line Stockman up to the field one-on-one and just take a one-on-one throw, which they win.
It's going to be a 10-yard holding call, backing up to the 31 now.
But ultimately can't benefit because, again, another mistake. Just shooting themselves in the foot.
1st and 19.
Same formation we just saw in the last play.
And almost the same play, too. Had him cutting across the middle this time. Incomplete, looking for Stockman.
Yeah, you see that time, they line up in the same formation, tight end trips. This time, though, the trips is to the field. So instead of attacking the grass like they did on the first play, they know that if they can fit that post behind the linebackers, that corner, again, is one-on-one, and the safety most likely is playing to the trip side, which he was.
Bennett Whiteley, Colin Jones right there to help break things up a little bit.
And Joe, if he puts that ball on his body, that might have been a catch.
Instead, it's 2nd and 19 on the 31. High snap. Deep throw, lobs it, and he's got him. Down the near sideline, complete to Evan Crook. And a big-time play for Neenah as they cross midfield and then some.
Yeah, number 7, David Kroll at safety, is not going to enjoy the film that Coach Kajau is going to show him Saturday morning. Same scenario that the touchdown play was hit off, Joey, right? Cole tries to make a play on the ball, undercuts it a little bit. Receiver's able to make the play over the top of him, and it's a big gainer.
42 yards on the reception. Down to the 27-yard line, under a minute left to play in this third quarter. Neenah knocking on the door. That one overthrowing Stockman once again. In the single coverage out there by Bennett Whiteley.
Coach Young talked a lot about Stockman before the game and really wanted to focus on getting the ball in his hands. And you can see he is the target that they are trying to get the ball to on the outside. And honestly, he's open almost every play. They just cannot get the ball to him consistently. Because that ball just sails over his head.
So it'll be 2nd and 10.
They put him down into the boundary this time. So if you're watching at home, he's in the bottom of the screen to the tight end side.
Bartlett is the running back, and flags fly after looked like West tried to get back onside, but
I think it's going to be on Neenah, Joey.
you think so?
Well, tight end
Did
stood
they get away
up.
with another one?
I think Bryce Hinn is messing with people
Yes,
tonight.
he is. It is going to go on Neenah. They're backing him up.
Yeah, that tight end, if you're going to stand up, you better pretend you're motioning.
Bryce Hinn has just been deacon players left and right, and another penalty here on Neenah will back him up 5. It's been a flag fest here in the third quarter.
It really has. It really has. And unfortunately, I don't want to say you kind of expect this, but again, we're 4 games in. We're halfway through the football season, Joey, but these are teams that lost a lot of seniors and a lot of leadership off their team, and a lot of new starters still trying to get their feet wet.
2nd and 15 on the 32, throwing towards the pylon. Caught right at the pylon. They're going to say he was down on about the 2-inch line. What a catch by Sam Young.
Joey, it's amazing to me. I mean, you look at athletes sometimes and you see, the quarterback, you see McClowry overthrow wide open wide receivers and then put a ball like that in a spot that Young runs to. I mean, it's absolutely amazing sometimes just to see the ability that a player has, and sometimes just little technique things prevent them from making the easy throws. But you see a throw like that and you see how much talent they have to make the hard ones.
1st and goal on the 1-inch line. Bartlett gets it, but it's stuffed right away, and that was almost a fumble. He almost hiked it right to the Oshkosh West defensive line. He's pushed backwards. It's going to be Second and goal.
Joey, that's that counter play again. They cannot get those guys over to the front side fast enough.
That'll do it for 3 quarters of play here. We got to go all the way down to the other end of the field. 14-7, but the Rockets are knocking on the door. Quarter number 4 coming up next here on the Fox Communities Credit Union Video Stream Games of the Week.
Are you looking to make your dream home happen? Make stop searching and searching happen. You could make that fenced-in yard happen and make that bigger bathroom finally happen. It's time to make your home transformation happen with a home equity loan or line of credit from Fox. Apply online right now or visit one of 22 Fox locations to get the money you need and make life happen.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Yes, that fun trot where you have to go 90-plus yards in between quarters. They are jumping around here at Titan Stadium. Joey D and John Dinsey with you on this beautiful Friday evening in Oshkosh, where we've got at least 5 more quarters of football to bring you as we head to quarter number 4 here. 14-7 Neenah, but they're 2 yards away from putting some more points on the board as we jump around. Stuffed on that first play. It'll be second and goal after the quarter break. Toss, and it's a fumble.
And West has,
who picked it up? They're fighting for it. They're going to say incomplete pass. All right.
Really?
I thought that was going to be a fumble. Boy, Neenah really caught a break there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what I think.
He must have been ahead of the quarterback when he tossed it. Technically, that is a pass if he's in front of him. If he's behind him.
Titan Stadium is a big place, and we are far away from the field. But that is not what it looked like from here. You don't see a lot of tosses go forward as forward passes. But the ref blew it dead right away, so I give him credit for that. Interesting look here. Stockman again, one-on-one to the bottom of the field, and they are splitting out their tight end and fullback.
Pass, there was some contact, but instead it's caught. Touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown pass to Dylan Stockman from Peyton McLowry, and Neenah extends their lead.
Joey, Oshkosh West defended that play. Absolutely perfect. The outside linebacker read it. Absolutely perfect. The corner pushed it inside to him. Absolutely perfect. The only reason that pass is completed is not only is it a great throw, but the outside linebacker takes a couple steps backwards instead of just flattening straight to the number 1 receiver. If he does, it's probably picked off. Oh, bobble snap.
Snap. Bobbled.
The old fire play,
Can they
Joey.
make something out of it? No, they can't. Down he goes. So, it's no good on the extra point. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
Those are those hidden points, Joey, right? So
Yeah.
they score the touchdown. They get 6 points, but they put West in a position that 2 touchdowns win the game if they can hit the extra points. So we've talked about it all game. I mean, the penalties that have been the hidden yards. We've talked about the punts that Neenah has benefited from better punting and better field position. And you saw it on that drive. We talked about it before the drive. That was 20 extra yards they made up in the exchange of the punt. And Neenah capitalizes, scores a touchdown.
Coming up next, it's Dodgeland against Oshkosh Lords. We got the Trojans and the Knights coming up here at Titan Stadium in Oshkosh. Something to keep an eye on, too. I saw one of the defensive players of Oshkosh West coming off, and that, I believe, was Bennett Whiteley, who was kind of nicked up a little bit on that last play, so we'll keep an eye on that because he's been one of their key players defensively.
Yeah, I think the overhang there ran into him. I mean, essentially, they met at the ball. Unfortunately, they didn't meet and knock the ball down. So hopefully he's okay. Whiteley has played a really good game. He is a solid corner and a big corner. I mean, he's got to be 6'2", 6'3", listed at 6'3". You know, West looks a lot like the West teams that have been good in the past, where you can tell there's a bunch of basketball players playing football.
Yeah.
They got a couple of kids like that, and Neenah looks like a lot of the good Neenah teams. They look stocky and strong and physical, and I think I don't want to say it's different styles because they look like mirror images, but you see different types of athletes. It's always interesting to see two teams like that match up.
Got a whistle before the kickoff there. Not too sure exactly what was happening, but we're ready.
Surprise kick.
A little pooch up in the air. Big time collision. Ball is still loose. Neenah says they have it.
I think they do, Joey.
Oh my goodness, hope everybody's all right.
Surprise onside kick.
That was perfectly placed
Joey.
as well, right off of the tee.
You're bringing me back, man. Those are the things that give me goosebumps. Those are the plays I got to call, and Coach Cerrone would tell me no, right? And then once in a while we'd get a yes. Oh, those are the best plays. I give him a lot of credit. And again, remember we talked about it at the beginning of the game. Jack Van Dyke's not kicking for Neenah. So you score a touchdown, you go up 2 scores, and you line up and do something like that. That takes a lot of courage, great execution, great play call. Good job by Neenah.
So they take over on the West 31-yard line. Going for another quick strike. Looking for Stockman again, but broken up on the play beautifully. Ricardo Ali.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you this. I mean, there are a lot of good players on the field, but DJ Stockman is really starting to stand out. And the play that Cardo Ali makes on that ball, as Stockman probably in Sunday's game would have got called for offensive pass interference.
Probably.
The play he just made on the ball, I mean, that is absolutely perfect DB technique against a really good player that, again, it looks like they're putting him one-on-one.
Second and 10 on the 31. Cutting it back upfield. Yet another flag coming in. Jaden Bartlett was the ball carrier. Made it up to the 25 for a 6-yard gain, but are we going to be coming backwards again?
Yeah, I think we got a hold again, Joey. Dakota Meisel got through there. Our guy, Dakota Meisel, he got through there really quick. Missed a tackle, but I think he got held. Yeah.
Yep. So instead of a 6-yard pickup, they're going to bring it all the way out to the 38-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 17.
Yeah, and we've had West now twice, and you see players begin to just catch your eye, right? And Dakota has absolutely stood out in both games. And even though he doesn't make that play, that is a play that he forces really a penalty. That's more important than ultimately making the tackle.
2nd and 17 on the 38 now.
There he is again, Joey.
Yep, breaking through the middle. Guess who? Dakota Meisel, 6'2", 302-pound senior. Stuffed. Might have got a yard on it, but it is 3rd down and long now for the Rockets.
And Neenah has an opportunity in their weak side run, right, if they run weak side power, because Bryce Hinn is essentially walking up to where the tight end is. I know they're a 3-man front, but really what they're playing is a 4-3. So Hinn is basically playing strong side end. Their other 3 backers are stacked, ultimately like old, Dallas Cowboy 4-3 defense. Anytime they play with a tight end, that's really been their adjustment. Now, it looks like they split out number 44, who's their 2nd tight end.
Timeout is called.
Back in the game, Luke Elkin.
Timeout is called, so we will take a quick break as well. Come back. It's 20-7. The Rockets lead the Wildcats here tonight. Back in a minute.
I'm Tom Julian from the Julian Strategic Alliance Group. I'm inviting you to have my team help you develop your personal, estate, and business planning goals. Let us put together comprehensive financial strategies for your success in every season of your life. Contact us today to get started. We're right on the CE Trail in Kimberly. We can help you establish retirement income goals, work with you on your asset protection allocation, and guide you on future income growth strategies. I would like to meet with you to begin the conversation. Call us. Let's get started.
Back here at Titan Stadium on this beautiful Friday evening. 10:27 left to play. 3rd down and 17 here for the Rockets. We'll see what was called up in that timeout. First one of this half by either team. High snap, pulled down. Now he has to pull it down himself and take off running. Look out, McLaury across the 30. And guess what?
Man.
Another flag comes flying in after a big pickup for Neenah. Are we going to be marching it backwards again? How many times have we said that here tonight, Mr. Dinsey?
I mean, it is 3rd and long, and your quarterback makes a play to put you in a 4th and manageable, and we hold again?
Oh, goodness.
Joe, this is why I quit coaching right here. My heart couldn't handle it.
So again, well, no, you got to back these guys up.
Yeah.
I was going to say replay this 3rd down. I was going to say it would be 4th down right now.
Yeah. It's so
It'd
they'll
be
back
about
him
4th
up.
and 7.
I mean, it looks like it's from the spot. So
yes.
they're going to gain some yards on the play. Looks like about 3. So again, they're in a 3rd and long, 3rd and about 14, 15 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the benefit of the play, but man, you would have been in a 4th and about 2 or 3, right?
Oh yeah. Yep. It would have been very manageable.
So if you're Coach Young, clearly you're in 2 down distance, right? So you need to get, you always want to say, right, get half of it back, right? So I want to get 7 to 8 yards on this play. What we've seen is we've seen Stockman either into the boundary one-on-one. When we've seen him to the field, we're seeing exactly what we're seeing formationally right now. They have essentially their fullback split out to the bottom, Young to the bottom, tight end, really tight split to the top of the field, but that is Stockman one-on-one with a bunch of grass. They don't throw the ball there. I don't know what I'm talking about.
3rd and 14 on the 35. The pump fake to the left instead to the screen to the right side. He's got
Great
some
play
running
call.
room.
But
And taken down,
but
but
Joey,
a
what
big positive gain.
Yeah, sorry for cutting you off. What they did there is they fake like they're running that weak side screen, right? Running the ball to the weak side, and they leak the screen back to where Stockman is. Stockman pulls the corner and the safety out of the play, and there they got about half of it back. Actually, they got 10 yards.
And so basically they're where they would be if that was a decline penalty. We're looking at 4th and 5 on the 26, exactly where we would have been.
This is an interesting set here. They have Elkin on top as the number 1 receiver by himself.
Again, going to the screen. Left side. Again, that's
close.
Crook. Did he get it?
Gonna be close.
Evan Crook reaching across.
Yeah,
he knew where he needed to get. That was wise by Evan Crook, because as he was going down, reaching across right at the 20-yard line. On 4th down, that is a huge pickup for the Rockets. And they get a new set of downs, and the clock continues to run with a 16-point lead here.
Yeah, we don't get to talk about offensive linemen a whole lot. We don't have the benefit of replay and all that type of stuff. But number 65, Eddie Sandoval, made a great block to give enough of a seam for Crook on that play. And again, we've talked about it all game. Crook takes you to the ball. He's a solid player. He is a critical part of this offense and gets a big first down.
Listed only 5'9", 205, but a big player here tonight. Getting that 4th down pickup. And gang tackle here after a couple of more yards. But again, that clock keeps on ticking, and they got that new set of downs. Very, very important.
Joey, they really play Luke Elkin everywhere. That time he lined up at fullback. So I've seen him at tight end, receiver, fullback, quarterback. Defensively, he's played safety, some outside linebacker. I don't know where they're going to play him next. They're playing him everywhere.
They just ran him off the field,
right,
as you're talking about.
Right. They sub Crook back in. He replaced Crook on that play. But so, again, you see similar set that they've been in. Young to the bottom. I'm not sure if Stockman's still out. He's been out for a couple plays.
Crook was the man in motion. Snap, and a couple of penalty flags are flying.
That's good, because that would have been a fumble.
And a false start on Neenah. Another penalty on them. I unofficially started marking. I had 7 in just this half.
Joey,
on Neenah.
I think that's the center forgot the snap count. Because everyone else moved except him.
I'll back him up to the 23-yard line. They got to get down to the 10, so 2nd down and 13 or a long 12. But again, that clock continues to run, 7.5 minutes.
See Elkin on the bottom of the screen, one-on-one, no safety help to the bottom.
Pass to the flat, that is caught by Colin McLaury. Stays in bounds wisely instead of running out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and long, but again, that clock continues to tick, tick, tick.
Makes a ton of sense why Oshkosh West adjusted the way they did. The tight end and the fullback are lined up as the number 2 and number 3 receivers. They're blockers. That's what they do. And they throw a swing pass out to that 3 receiver side, and West was up to the task, defended it well, and gets a big loss.
3rd down and 15 on the 25.
I don't see Stockman in again on this play.
Yeah, I don't see him either. And that's Crook in motion. Roll out. He's going deep for it all, and incomplete. He overthrew Sam Young, who was in one-on-one coverage, but way over his head. And it's going to be 4th down and 15.
Yeah, we saw that look earlier in the game, that half roll, trying to hit the slot receiver at that time, which is Young. Actually, Young was lined up as really the slot receiver, but they stacked the number 1 receiver on him in motion and just get him one-on-one on the safety. The truth is, really, if Young runs to the back pylon, that might have been completed. He ran to the front pylon, which is traditionally what you do outside the 20-yard line, and quarterback was on the wrong page with him. He threw it to the back pylon.
Hey, look who's in at quarterback. That'd be Luke Elkin.
Like I said, what's he going to play next?
Yeah.
There's Stockman's back in the game. Option.
He'll take it himself. And stuffed just inside the 20-yard line, so West will get the football back here inside their own 20, down by 2 scores with 6.5 minutes left to play.
Yeah, it is a really interesting play call on 4th and in a while, but you are up 2 scores. You motion your best player, one of your best players, to the 3 receiver side. You're trying to run option where you're hoping you've outnumbered them. The reality is West tackled one-on-one and stopped that play for about a 6-yard gain, and now they got to put some points on the board. They got to move the ball quickly. Really, the offense has been stagnant for a while now. They really need to start moving the ball.
Well, what the delay is here, I didn't see any other flag come down. Did you?
Well, it's interesting because the refs are huddling on this play. So
where to mark the ball, maybe. It was a personal foul on Oshkosh West.
I was going to say that.
All right.
I don't know what else they would huddle for.
Changes things a little bit.
I wonder if it was contact, how they tackled. If they tackled too high.
So Neenah's going to get to keep the football.
Right.
And be on the doorstep of really putting this one away. Instead of getting the football back, and man, we've said this a lot tonight, just a costly penalty. This time it goes on West. On the 9, 1st and goal.
Yeah, and really, I don't think there was ever a penalty thrown on the play.
I didn't see a flag, but obviously there was.
But they were huddling right away, so you knew, again, had to be a personal foul or some sort of late hit like that.
They'll run it up the middle. Stuffed there. And coming up off of the bottom of the pile, Colin McClowry was the carrier. Might have got a yard, so it'll be 2nd and goal on the 8.
Yeah, and the penalty's big for many reasons, right? Like, obviously Neenah keeps the ball, but the clock continues to run in a game where you're trying to make up 2 scores. The defense has been on the field for a long time. You know, there's kind of getting to the bend, but starting to break stage, right, defensively.
2nd down and goal on the 8.
Open set. It's the first time I've seen a 4 wide receiver look by Neenah today.
Quick pass. In and out of the hands of Sam Young. He was hit right away.
Yeah, we've talked about
a couple
this.
yard pickup, but he dropped it.
Yeah, we've talked about this a little bit, Joey. You know, I think McClowry's going through his reads, but Wes is doing a good job of either deciding coverage or he's missing the read correctly. So that corner is basically a squat corner. So he's playing cover 2, and when that out route comes, he's going to jump it, and he did. But behind him, the number 1 receiver ran a skinny post and was wide open in the back of the end zone. So either the coverages are being disguised well and he's not seeing that, or he's just locking onto a guy early.
That one-on-one at the top of the screen with DJ Stockman and Cardo Ali. Instead, they will run it right up the gut, and again, maybe a yard or 2, and it's going to be 4th down and goal.
Yeah, I mean, for me, you would assume you kick a field goal here. And again, I know you don't have Jack Van Dyke, but the field goal puts you ahead where 2 touchdowns don't beat you. Ultimately, if you make this field goal, basically 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions, everything has to go right for West. So it's a big field goal.
23-yard field goal attempt here. It is up, and it is good.
Apparently everyone in Neenah kicks, I'm telling you. That's one of the best field goals I've seen all year.
And put 3 more up on the board for Neenah, and they are now up 23-7 with just under 5 minutes left to play in this fourth quarter. We'll take another quick timeout, and we'll come back for the finish of this one. It's 23-7 Rockets. Back in a moment.
When you're looking for a cutting-edge local company to produce your creative screen-printed or embroidered apparel for your business or team, Creative Imprint in Neenah is that company. Their experienced staff can bring all your ideas to life. They make you part of the experience with their online designing tool that allows customers to design their own t-shirts. That's how they make you part of the experience. Design your t-shirt and place your order online at creativeimprintapparel.com. Experience the difference.
New score 23-7. And again, the key play there, though, was on 4th down. They had them stuffed, and we thought Oshkosh West was going to get the football back, but instead, on a big-time penalty, Neenah gets it, and they turn it into points.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of mistakes tonight. And even down that drive, Neenah moved the ball, but made mistakes that almost ended the drive for them, but they benefit from a big Oshkosh West mistake.
Try another squibber right across to the left hash marks. This time covered up by the Wildcats, and they'll get pretty good field position, but down by 2 scores.
That is a really interesting call. I mean, again, we talked about it before the field goal, right? You're down 16 points, if I'm doing my math correctly, right? 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions, and you tie the game, and you kick it short and give them the ball at the 41-yard line? I mean, there's still 4:45 left.
And the Cats have all 3 of their timeouts. Ooh, hit right as he threw it, but it is complete. Nice catch by Jagger Freiberg. But Schleiss was nailed right after that play. Comes up, needs some help with his jersey. Yeah, but that's good for a first down. They cross into Neenah territory, and that's what we're talking about, man. They can. This is not out of hand just yet.
We saw him against Kimberly score really quickly. So, again, if they don't block number 57, Caden Sell, it's not going to matter. But that is a play where the middle of the field is wide open. You can hit against a 3-high safety look like this. You can attack them in the middle of the field in front of that safety, which they just did. You can see it again, the middle of the field.
This one tossed into the backfield, wrapped up right away and taken down, wrestled to the ground for a loss. And that one, the tackle made by Reed Keppel. And way back into Oshkosh West territory at the 48. So it's going to be long here because they got to get up to the 35.
That was a great
Second
play
and
by Reed
17.
Keppel.
Again, some time, but this time Schleiss has to take off running, and Wisely will get some yards, but run out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Stops the clock with 3:38 left. But good coverage by Neenah.
Yeah, and Joey, he looks beat up. I mean, in game 1 against Kimberly, when he would break the pocket, he was running away from players, and he is getting to the sideline quickly on that run. Almost looked like he was limping.
They've got it marked 3rd down and 12 on the 47-yard line. Looking left. Fires it across the middle, incomplete. Knocked down there by Sam Young on the coverage. And it's going to be 4th down and 12. And got a feeling this could be the ball game here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's a great play by Sam Young on the ball. A little bit of indecisiveness by Schleiss. Had him earlier. Needs to throw it earlier in rhythm. He got locked into the double move that just never opened up. Needed it. Again, it's easy to say, but quarterbacks have to take what's given to them regardless of down or distance. And that just is not what happened on that play.
4th and 12 on the 47. This could be it for the Cats. Good protection up front. He just dumps it right across. That's going to be near a first down. That is caught by Blake Langlitz.
He did get it.
He did, just barely. A 13-yard pickup. They only needed 12. It's 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line.
Take what you get regardless of down and distance, especially with the athletes they have on the outside. You need to get the ball in their hands. I want to see Slice make decisions quicker, get the ball out, get it to your best players. He's got a guy.
Going towards that pylon. It is picked off, but we do have a flag down right where it was picked off by Young. Who pushed off? That's the question.
It has to be defensive
looking in the
pass
corner for
interference.
Nate Carlin. That was the intended receiver.
Yeah, the corner didn't give Carlin a chance to catch it. It's got to be defensive pass interference.
Neenah is saying it's on Carlin.
I don't know
They
how
were
that's
jumping
possible,
up and down.
It is.
No official call just yet from the man in the white hat. That's the man that really matters. A face mask and pass interference. They both are declined because of the interception, so Neenah's going to get the football, so it does not go down as officially a penalty, but that's odd.
I'm thoroughly confused. I don't know. what you see, if you're watching at home, what you see is Carlin's one-on-one, and he beats his guy off the line right away. But what you don't see is that that's a throw from the far hash to the top of the field. That is a long throw for any quarterback to make. The ball hangs in. Ooh, fumble.
It is loose on this turf and picked up.
It bounced right back to Neenah.
Right back into the hands of Colin McClowry. And so they will retain the football, but that's just kind of how things are going tonight for Oshkosh West.
If you're Oshkosh West, you're just like, of course. Now Bryce Hinn is coming off holding his shoulder.
As the clock continues to go, you might have been able to hear some of the Neenah cheering section yelling, "This one's over." Just about 2.5 minutes to go, though. Something like that happens, you never know. Again, it's only a 2-score game.
I thought the same thing until I saw that fumble, Joey.
Got to be able to protect the football in this situation. Indeed they do. They stumble out to near the 20, so it's going to be 3rd down and short.
As we tick closer to 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2-minute warning, so to speak.
You know, like I was mentioning, Joey, the turnover play, what you're not going to see if you're not really paying attention is that throw is a long throw for the quarterback making. Even though the receiver's open initially, Young does a great job of reading. Ball's probably left inside too far. Again, it's a really hard throw for anyone to make. But for me, what I see tonight is that when you watch Neenah's defense, Sam Young stands out. Absolutely stands out. As a high safety, making a play in the air like he did, catching a touchdown at wide receiver, running in the alley as a run defender on defense. Sam Young, 100%, is a guy that you notice on every play defensively. So that's a hard throw for Slice. I don't discount anyone for trying to make that throw, but it's an even better play by Sam Young.
You gotta go for it in this situation where you're down 2 possessions. You gotta try and who knows? Maybe he was trying to get the pass interference and get some yardage on a penalty.
Well, and truthfully, that's what I saw is really the corner trying to undercut the route. And at Sundays, who knows what we would have saw on Sundays if it was offense or defensive pass interference. But Slice is staring at Carlin and sees him absolutely beat the corner off the line of scrimmage. But again, that's a hard throw for any high school quarterback, college quarterback to make.
3rd down and 1.
Fumbled.
Still loose.
No way did that bounce back
dove
to Neenah.
right back on it this time. Yeah, it didn't bounce back into McClowry's hand. But still Neenah gets it, and so it's going to be 4th down with 1:43 left to play, and West will take their 2nd of their 3 timeouts. But they will be getting the football back here, unless Neenah decides to go for it here for some reason. But
Joey, I'm laughing because my love for football came from my Uncle Dave. And let me tell you, he would be so mad right now that they aren't just under center, handing the ball off, even risking in shotgun. And I get it. That's who you are offensively. But, man, if either of these fumbles end up in Oshkosh West's hand, this game is completely different.
Yeah, I don't think for either team, I don't think we've seen it once tonight. It's all been shotgun. I don't think they've been under center at all.
The only play is when West went for it on 4th down and they lined up in that heavy set.
Yeah.
Which, again, seeing Oshkosh West under center is just weird in general for me, but it's weird for, I think, even the fans to see it because you don't see it a whole lot. But you're right. And truthfully, when you watch football nowadays, you don't see a whole lot of under center stuff.
So it's 4th and 5, and you're going to have to punt from basically their own end zone. So West will get it back. Maybe they can have a really good run back here and make this one interesting. Almost blocked. They'll wave that one, just let it roll and roll and roll. Look at that on this particular turf. And finally, it is blown dead, but sneaking through there, that was Joey Truss that almost got his hands on it. And boy, oh boy, again, we say, what if? But if he does block that, it goes into the end zone. Whoa.
I feel like that's what if. I feel like that is Oshkosh West's season so far. I mean, Coach Levine was talking about it before the game. The fumble they have early in the game, close to the goal line against DC Everest. They lose a close game, a game they really probably should have won. This game,
I think he said they were first and goal on the 1,
First and goal on the 1, right? This game, there's so many just missed opportunities.
So at 90 seconds left, West will take over the little pass out here to Jagger Freiberg. He goes out of bounds, so the clock will stop. Only picked up 3, though, right at the 40.
Now, to be clear, Joey, Neenah's had the same amount of missed opportunities, right? And those missed opportunities, some of them were self-created, right? Some of them were penalties, a variety of different things, but you just haven't seen very crisp football tonight. A lot of mistakes.
Minute 26, so it only took about 4 seconds off the clock there. Run the out route there once again, and that is caught by Alford. And again, he gained a couple, but did not get out of bounds. So the clock will continue to run as we approach the 1-minute mark at the 43-yard line. 3rd and 4. Low snap. Schleiss under pressure. Got rid of it, but went right into the hands of his teammate Dakota Meisel on the sideline, but he's not playing offense.
Yeah, Joey, you look at Schleiss and he just doesn't look right now. And it looks like his right ankle is either braced or taped up or something, but he just doesn't have the mobility in the pocket that he normally has. And when we saw him against Kimberly in week 1, I mean, one of the things, that Coach Levine talked about is the ability to use him in the run game. He hasn't ran the ball at all tonight, right? So clearly, he's a little banged up.
So it's 4th down. Here we go for the Cats. Knocked away from behind. Slice picks it back up.
He's got a guy wide open.
Look at that. Caught by Noah Alford. So it's going to be a 1st down. It'll stop the clock temporarily here up at the 27-yard line.
They can score quick. 47 seconds left. They have 2 timeouts still. Obviously, a lot needs to happen, but still in it.
I think they only have 1 timeout, but the scoreboard says 2. Toss near the end zone and overthrowing the intended receiver, Nate Carlin. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Yeah, I thought they took 2 quick ones.
Yeah, I thought they did too.
May not have taken it off of the scoreboard. 36 seconds left.
Joey, those are the little things that we've talked about all night, right? So the safety is playing deep. Those 3 high safeties that have really, hampered West all game. But there's a lot of open grass there, and the quarterback has to flatten the receiver out and throw it to the open grass, not just throw it to where the route's designed. And unfortunately, that's what leads to an incomplete pass.
So 2nd down and 10. Lofts that one way high once again and way out of bounds. He was Blake Langlitz, I guess the intended receiver. Either that or the ball boy. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 with under 30 seconds left to play. Got to strike. Got to believe here.
Got to hit it quickly. 28 seconds left. You know, and again, really, Neenah's doing a great job of playing with everything in front of them. Just keep everything in front of you.
I was just going to say the secondary doing a great job the last couple of plays. Gave up that one deep ball, but
right on a play they probably thought was fumbled.
Over the middle this time, and that is caught.
Yeah, puts them in a
Caught again
manageable
by
4th
Jagger.
down, but they got to hustle. There's 18 seconds. Clock's running.
Yeah, you can't spike this one. The game is totally over. Surprised they didn't use a timeout there if they have one.
That would have been got him.
Hey, wide open. Touchdown, Oshkosh West.
You know, Joey, you're right though. You know, if you take the timeout there, you stop the clock. Ultimately, you end up scoring, which they need, but with 4 seconds left.
So they're on the board with 6 more. But there's only 4 ticks of the clock left. And just to do an onside kick takes a couple of seconds. You have to get the onside kick and then a Hail Mary.
Step by step. We got to get to 2 points.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of things have to happen to make this all 23-23.
Right now, 23-13, as you see on the Fox Communities Credit Union scoreboard at the top of the screen. And again, a doubleheader here tonight. We will take, I guess you could say, intermission and leave the airwaves and try and get information about the next couple of teams that are going to be playing. It is Dodgeland and Oshkosh Lords. So that'll be coming up approximately, last time, it'd be approximately 8:15-ish.
Right.
But we'll find out just how long these last couple of seconds last of this one. But that's what happened when we were here for Kimberly and West, for the first doubleheader, I should say.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to time out to about 8:15. I mean, we're at about 7:15 now. So, all right, here we go. West needs to get the 2-point conversion.
And they do not. Incomplete pass. Knocked away again. Good defensive coverage by the Rockets. So we remain 23-13 and just 4 ticks left until this one is over. What an effort, though, by West. Playing right down to the last ticks here.
Yeah, I mean, give them credit, playing all the way to the end of the 4th quarter. You know, a lot of things on both sides could have went better. Some things went well. But both teams played hard, and they're continuing to play, you know, until we got 4 ticks left. We're going to play another important play because West has to get an onside kick.
As see buses off to the right side. Both teams in the next game getting ready. Nice crowd again here this evening in Oshkosh. A beautiful night. Might start to get a little foggy before this one's over, but
like I say, we got to have homecoming or something because I see floats
there's
across
a bunch of floats over there, so it's got to be homecoming for Lords. So it may be a little longer in between, maybe. Depends on what they do. All right, to kick it, that'll be Michael Stack, the sophomore. Bounces it to the left side. It bounces up in the air. Guess what? West has it, I believe.
1 second, Joey.
Only 1 second officially came off that clock.
That was a great kick. Absolutely great kick. More of a liner, right? Instead of trying to get the high hop, he kicks it more directly, and it bounces on an angle really about chest high. So tries to get his hands up, bounces off his hands, and number 11, Noah Alford, does a great job of just catching the rebound, essentially. Just catch it on the return. So the challenge is there's only 3 seconds left.
47-yard line is where they mark it. Yeah, and they do have to score twice. So this would probably be a miracle.
I was going to say, I've never seen this. but we'll see what happens.
You can still go out of this game in style here. A little Hail Mary. We got 5 wide receivers. Quick toss out. It is incomplete, and zeros are up on the clock. Wow. Just totally underthrew Taylor, and And we're done. Final score in this one. The Neenah Rockets move to 3-2 on the season as they defeat the Oshkosh West Wildcats here this evening by a score of 23-13. How about some final thoughts here? Coach Dinsey, what do you think? That was quite a battle.
Yeah, it really was. And we talked about it at the beginning of the game, right? You have two teams that are 2-2. They're tied for third in their conference. There's powerhouses in front of them, Hortonville, Fond du Lac, and one of them needed to separate. And I would argue, truthfully, no one really separated until late in the game when Neenah, in my opinion, just wore Oshkosh West down. To me, the biggest thing you saw, though, consistently throughout the game, 3 high safeties by Neenah, take away the big plays, no post down the middle of the field, and ultimately West just did not have an answer. And Coach Levine told us, Joey, before the game, they had to establish the run. That would force them out of that 3 high safeties, and they would have an opportunity to move the ball and win the game, but they never got steady footing at all and really were able to have the one drive they scored on, but really inconsistent offensively after that.
Next up for Neenah is again, win, loss, and now a win. That's the way the season's gone. Hopefully they don't have a loss next week if you're a Neenah fan. As they will host Oshkosh North and then Kimberly. So 3 of their last 4 here on the road, or at home, I should say. And we are officially here into the second half of the season for both of these teams. Oshkosh West, they fall to 2-3 after back-to-back wins. They will hit the road at Hortonville and then have a couple of home games. Fond du Lac, Appleton East before they close out right here. It says at, but against Oshkosh North right here. So that's the upcoming schedule there. Our upcoming schedule up next, it is the Dodgeland Trojans against the Oshkosh Lords Knights. And we will have that one for you coming up, like I said, approximately 8:15. We will see what they do here in between games because it looks like it is homecoming for the Knights. And so I want to thank our fine sponsors once again before we sign off for this game. Fox Communities Credit Union, Myron Construction, Creative Imprint, and Julian Strategic Alliance Group. Thanks to Adam Van Handel, our camera guy here on site, and also to the coach here alongside. I'm Joey D bidding you farewell for right now. We'll be back in roughly an hour for game number 2 of our doubleheader here. The Fox Communities Credit Union video stream games of the week.